In this video, I'm going to discuss how you can respond to pushback that you may receive from sending cold emails. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Natasha, the business recruiter. Welcome back to my channel. So when it comes to you actually sending cold emails, it's important to note that you're not necessarily going to get a positive response right off of the bat. It's going to take some time. And this is why an email sequence is so important. An email sequence will allow you the ability to send a multitude of emails to a prospective client in hopes that they're going to reply back to you. Now, once you actually do get that reply, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to instantly want to work with you. You might get some form of pushback, one being maybe they have competitors that they're already working with and they just don't need your services. Or maybe they're just not interested in the information that you have to share. Or maybe they assume that the cost is going to be too much for them, and ultimately that's what draws their lack of interest in moving forward with your services. No matter what their pushback is, it's important that you understand your role in terms of keeping the conversation going. And this is where cold email rebuttals really come into play. You want to ensure that you're able to continue the conversation even when you're presented with that pushback. One way to think about this is to always have follow-up questions even in the midst of getting that pushback. Let's say, for example, a prospective client has stated that they're already working with one of your competitors. It's important that you acknowledge that that is not a problem at all and actually show interest in wanting to learn more, meaning that you can clearly state that's not a problem. Out of curiosity, how is your relationship with them going? Or you can say that's not a problem. Out of curiosity, how exactly are you using their services? This will help you to uncover more information and ultimately figure out if there's some gaps in terms of that relationship that they have with your competitor. Maybe there's something different that you can offer, or even something different that they didn't even think was available to them that you can bring to the table. Again, the purpose of the rebuttal is for you to be able to get some clear information in regards to how you can actually continue the conversation and ultimately turn them from a prospective client into an actual client for you. Now, if you've enjoyed this video so far, then be sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button as well as that bell so that you can get notified of all of my videos that drop weekly. And I am also extremely excited to announce that I will be having another class that will be starting in early 2023. If you're interested in learning more about that, be sure to hit that link in the description box. That way you can learn more about my upcoming class and get on the waiting list. Now, ultimately, when it comes to cold email rebuttals, it's going to be important that you really think through how you can keep that conversation going. And one of the ways that you can actually do this is to make sure that you already have some predetermined questions that are written down in terms of what you could potentially get as pushback when you begin to send your cold email sequence. And it doesn't have to be a ton of questions, but remember, follow-up questions is going to be key in order for you to get the level of information that you need in order to keep that conversation going and ultimately be able to sway the conversation. Ensure that your questions are thoughtful and be intentional about exactly what it is that you're asking. You definitely don't want to come off as aggressive or invasive. More than anything else, you really do want to show that you are curious in regards to learning more about them and ultimately what they are perceiving to be an issue with moving forward with a relationship with you. And if even after you've sent your follow-up questions and you're still receiving pushback, understand that that might not necessarily be the right time for you to work with that prospective client, and that's okay. There's an opportunity for you, of course, in the future to reach out to them, and you always want to keep that door open by ensuring that you have a quality call to action at the end of every single email. Well, I hope that you found this video to be helpful. If you did, then be sure to give me a thumbs up. As well as if you are not in my Facebook group, then I encourage you to join because we are in there talking all things recruiting. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.